Forget everything you thought you knew about milk and strong bones. New research shows that many seniors are missing out on the real calcium powerhouses hiding in plain sight, foods that crush milk in calcium content and actually protect your bones better. Stay tuned, because some of these foods are so unexpected they could already be sitting in your kitchen right now. Most seniors grew up hearing the same advice. Drink your milk. It builds strong bones. It was practically gospel, printed on posters, blasted in commercials, and even pushed by doctors. But what if that advice was only half the story? And what if putting all your faith in milk for bone health is quietly putting you at risk? A major study from the British Medical Journal shattered old beliefs when it found that seniors who drank the most milk didn't necessarily have stronger bones. In fact, in some cases, they had higher risks of fractures and even shorter lifespans. How is that possible? Well, as it turns out, calcium absorption is far more complex than just drinking dairy. Factors like digestive health, inflammation, and the balance of other nutrients like magnesium and vitamin K2 all play critical roles in where that calcium actually ends up. And for many seniors, drinking more milk without the right cofactors could mean the calcium ends up in the arteries, not the bones. That's why today's video is so crucial. We're not just talking about more calcium. We're talking about better calcium and smarter ways to get it into your bones where it belongs. Because hidden in everyday foods, some you might walk past in the grocery store without a second thought, are natural calcium champions that can boost bone density, prevent fractures, and keep you strong and steady well into your 70s, 80s, and even 90s. And the best part? Many of these foods don't just have more calcium than milk. They come without the hidden risks dairy sometimes carries. So get ready, because the countdown to stronger bones starts right now. And the first surprising food might already be sitting in your pantry. When it comes to building strong bones without relying on milk, kale deserves a standing ovation. This humble leafy green doesn't just match milk in calcium content, it actually beats it in how efficiently your body can use it. Here's why. A single cup of cooked kale contains about 180 milligrams of calcium, roughly 18% of your daily recommended intake. But the real secret lies in its bioavailability. Studies show that your body absorbs the calcium from kale far more easily than from milk, thanks to its low levels of oxalates, compounds that can block calcium absorption. In plain English, your bones actually get more calcium from a plate of kale than from a glass of milk. And that's just the beginning. Kale also delivers powerful doses of vitamin K1, which plays a critical role in calcium regulation and bone mineralization. In fact, low levels of vitamin K1 have been linked to an increased risk of fractures in seniors. Plus, kale is packed with antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which help reduce the kind of chronic inflammation that can weaken bones over time. Even better, kale is easy to add into your diet. Toss it into soups or stews. Saute it with garlic for a quick side dish. Blend it into a smoothie with a handful of berries for a bone-boosting breakfast. And if you're worried about the taste, lightly steaming kale softens the flavor dramatically, making it far more pleasant without destroying its nutrients. For seniors looking for a natural, low-calorie, high-impact way to protect their bones, kale isn't just a vegetable. It's a bone-building powerhouse hiding in plain sight. But wait until you see food number 9. A tiny seed that's not only rich in calcium, but also brings a bonus mineral that's absolutely critical for keeping your bones flexible and fracture-resistant. They may be tiny, but chia seeds deliver a calcium punch that leaves milk in the dust. Just 2 tablespoons of chia seeds pack a whopping 180 milligrams of calcium, even more than a full glass of milk. But that's only part of what makes chia seeds a senior superfood. They're also rich in magnesium and phosphorus, 2 minerals that are just as critical as calcium for building strong, resilient bones. Without enough magnesium, your body can't properly absorb and utilize calcium no matter how much you consume, and phosphorus acts like a structural support, strengthening the very framework of your bones. Research published in the journal Nutrition Research and Practice found that seniors with higher intakes of magnesium and phosphorus, alongside calcium, had a significantly lower risk of developing osteoporosis. Chia seeds offer all three in one simple, easy-to-use package. Another major bonus? Chia seeds are incredibly easy to incorporate into your diet without any complicated cooking. Sprinkle them on oatmeal or yogurt. Blend them into smoothies for a hidden nutrient boost. Stir them into soups or stews. They thicken naturally as they absorb liquid. And thanks to their neutral flavor, they blend right in without altering the taste of your favorite dishes. Even better, chia seeds are also packed with omega-3 fatty acids which help reduce inflammation, a silent enemy of bone health that often worsens with age. In just a few spoonfuls a day, chia seeds can help seniors fortify their bones, boost joint health, and add powerful anti-aging nutrients to their meals without any fuss. But the next food on our list, food number 8, is even more surprising. It's a vegetable you probably grew up avoiding, yet it's quietly one of the richest natural sources of calcium in the entire grocery store. Broccoli, the vegetable many of us pushed to the side of the plate as kids, turns out to be one of the best-kept secrets for bone health in seniors. Just 1 cup of cooked broccoli delivers about 60 milligrams of calcium, but here's the real magic. Broccoli is also packed with vitamin C, which plays a critical role in collagen formation, the protein framework that gives bones their strength and flexibility. Without enough collagen, bones can become brittle, increasing the risk of fractures even if calcium levels are adequate. In fact, a study published in Osteoporosis International showed that seniors who consumed higher amounts of vitamin C had denser bones and lower fracture risks, especially among women over 65. Broccoli doesn't stop there. It's rich in vitamin K, magnesium, and even a little phosphorus, all essential cofactors that help calcium do its job properly inside your body. And here's another bonus most people don't realize. Broccoli belongs to the cruciferous vegetable family, which has powerful anti-inflammatory compounds. Reducing inflammation is vital for seniors because chronic inflammation quietly weakens bones over time, just like a river wearing down a rock. Adding broccoli into your meals is simple. Lightly steam it to preserve nutrients. Toss it into stir-fries with a splash of olive oil and lemon. Blend it into soups for a creamy, nutrient-packed boost. And if you've always thought broccoli was bland, roasting it in the oven until the edges are crispy transforms it into a delicious, crave-worthy side dish. No heavy sauces needed. Broccoli proves that sometimes the foods you ignored when you were young are the ones that protect you when you need it most. And coming up next, food number 7 is a rich, creamy favorite that most seniors overlook, yet it's loaded with bone-building minerals and healthy fats that your body craves as you age. When it comes to bone health, almonds are a quiet powerhouse that most seniors seriously underestimate. Just 1 ounce of almonds, about a small handful, contains around 75 milligrams of calcium, plus a rich supply of magnesium, potassium, and vitamin E, all of which work together to strengthen bones from the inside out. But here's the real kicker. Unlike dairy, almonds come packed with healthy fats that help reduce inflammation, a major factor in preventing the slow, silent erosion of bone mass that happens as we age. And it gets even better. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that seniors who regularly consume nuts like almonds had higher bone mineral density scores compared to those who didn't. Meaning, a simple daily snack could make the difference between strong, resilient bones and a future of falls and fractures. Almonds are also a top source of boron, a trace mineral often overlooked but essential for maintaining proper calcium balance and supporting the hormones that regulate bone growth. Low boron levels have been linked to osteopenia, the dangerous thinning of bones that often sneaks up on seniors without any warning signs until a fracture occurs. Incorporating almonds into your diet is refreshingly easy. Snack on a handful during the day. Chop them into your salads for a satisfying crunch. Blend them into smoothies for a creamy texture without dairy. And if you have dental concerns or prefer something softer, almond butter delivers the same bone-building benefits without the crunch. Almonds aren't just a heart-healthy snack. They're bone armor disguised as a tasty treat. And speaking of surprising bone protectors, food number 6 might shock you. It's a rich, creamy favorite that's often labeled a superfood, But very few realize just how powerful it is for maintaining strong, flexible bones after 60. If you've never heard of tahini, you're not alone. But this creamy paste made from ground sesame seeds could become one of your strongest allies for bone health after 60. Just 2 tablespoons of tahini deliver a stunning 130 milligrams of calcium, nearly double the calcium of a glass of milk, ounce for ounce. But tahini brings more to the table than just high calcium. It's also a rich source of magnesium, phosphorus, and zinc, an essential trio that works together to maximize calcium absorption and support bone mineral density. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with higher dietary intakes of magnesium and zinc had significantly fewer hip fractures and better overall bone strength. And because tahini is made from whole sesame seeds, it also provides lignans, unique plant compounds shown to reduce inflammation and support hormone balance, both critical factors for maintaining strong bones with age. Even better, tahini is incredibly versatile. You can whisk it into dressings for salads, spread it on toast instead of butter, blend it into smoothies for a rich, nutty flavor, or simply drizzle it over roasted vegetables for an instant calcium boost. And because it's a soft, creamy food, it's perfect for seniors who have dental challenges or trouble chewing harder nuts and seeds. One important tip: choose tahini made from unhulled sesame seeds whenever possible. Unhulled seeds retain more of their natural calcium compared to the hulled varieties typically found in most grocery stores. Tahini proves that sometimes the most powerful bone-building foods don't come in a carton. They come from ancient, natural sources that have been nourishing humans for thousands of years. And coming up next, food number 5 is a familiar kitchen staple, but very few realize it's loaded with calcium, and it's one of the most budget-friendly bone boosters you can find today. When it comes to building stronger bones without breaking the bank, white beans are one of the most underrated champions, sitting right in your pantry. Just 1 cup of cooked white beans provides around 160 milligrams of calcium, more than half the amount in a full glass of milk. But white beans aren't just rich in calcium. They're packed with magnesium, potassium, and phosphorus, a rare mineral combination that forms the very foundation of bone tissue. Together, these minerals strengthen bone structure, improve calcium retention, and prevent mineral loss, a critical concern for seniors as bone density naturally declines with age. And there's something even more powerful. White beans are loaded with plant-based protein. Protein is often overlooked in senior diets, yet research in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that higher protein intake is associated with greater bone strength and lower risk of hip fractures, especially in people over 65. Plus, the fiber in white beans supports gut health, and a healthy gut microbiome has been linked to better calcium absorption and stronger bones according to cutting-edge studies published in Nutrients Journal. The best part? White beans are versatile, affordable, and incredibly easy to cook. Stir them into hearty soups or stews, blend them into creamy dips or spreads, toss them into salads for an extra calcium boost. And if you're pressed for time, canned white beans are just as powerful. Just rinse them well to remove excess sodium. White beans might not seem flashy, but they offer one of the highest returns on investment when it comes to boosting bone health naturally and affordably. Coming up next, food number 4 is a tangy, delicious favorite that most seniors don't realize is absolutely packed with calcium, and it may completely change the way you look at snacks forever. When most people think of cheese, they think of heavy, greasy varieties that clog arteries, but feta cheese is a very different story, especially when it comes to bone health for seniors. Just 1 ounce of feta delivers about 140 milligrams of calcium, a higher calcium concentration than many other cheeses, but without the sky-high fat and calorie counts that can sabotage heart health. And it gets better. Feta is also rich in phosphorus and protein, 2 nutrients that work synergistically with calcium to fortify bone structure, enhance mineralization, and improve bone density. Even more importantly, feta is traditionally made from goat's or sheep's milk, not cow's milk. Why does that matter? Because goat and sheep dairy tends to be easier to digest for many seniors, especially those with mild lactose sensitivity, which becomes increasingly common with age. Plus, feta brings along a hidden advantage. It's naturally fermented, which means it contains probiotics, friendly bacteria that improve gut health. A healthy gut doesn't just aid digestion, it plays a critical role in maximizing nutrient absorption, including calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D, according to studies published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research. Incorporating feta into your meals is effortless. Sprinkle it over salads for a tangy kick, add it to omelets, wraps, or vegetable dishes, or crumble it into a Mediterranean-inspired grain bowl with quinoa and roasted veggies. Just be mindful of portion sizes. Feta is salty, so a little goes a long way toward boosting flavor and delivering a bone-strengthening dose of essential nutrients. Feta proves that you don't have to give up flavor or fun to keep your bones strong and your body energized after 60. And wait until you see food number 3. It's a vibrant, colorful fruit that not only floods your body with calcium, but also accelerates collagen production to help maintain bone strength and skin elasticity at the same time. You probably know oranges for their vitamin C content, but what most seniors don't realize is that oranges quietly pack a powerful calcium punch, too. One medium-sized orange delivers about 60 milligrams of calcium, and when combined with its sky-high vitamin C levels, it becomes a double weapon against bone loss. Here's why that's so important. Vitamin C is essential for producing collagen, the structural protein that forms the flexible matrix inside bones. Without enough collagen, bones become brittle and weak, no matter how much calcium you consume. According to research published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research, seniors with higher vitamin C intake had better bone density, stronger connective tissue, and lower rates of hip fractures. You probably know oranges for their vitamin C content, but what most seniors don't realize is that oranges quietly pack a powerful calcium punch, too. One medium-sized orange delivers about 60 milligrams of calcium, and when combined with its sky-high vitamin C levels, it becomes a double weapon against bone loss. Here's why that's so important. Vitamin C is essential for producing collagen, the structural protein that forms the flexible matrix inside bones. Without enough collagen, bones become brittle and weak, no matter how much calcium you consume. According to research published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research, seniors with higher vitamin C intake had better bone density, stronger connective tissue, and lower rates of hip fractures. And there's more. Oranges also supply a small but crucial amount of potassium, which helps neutralize acid buildup in the body, a hidden factor that quietly drains calcium from bones over time. Keeping your body's pH levels balanced means your bones can retain more of their hard-earned strength. Plus, oranges are incredibly easy to enjoy. Eat them fresh as a snack. Toss orange slices into salads for a refreshing twist. Blend them into smoothies for a naturally sweet calcium boost. And if you really want to maximize your bone-building benefits, opt for whole oranges rather than just juice. Whole oranges deliver fiber and slower sugar absorption, protecting blood sugar balance and promoting better nutrient absorption. Oranges are proof that you don't need exotic or expensive superfoods to protect your bones. Sometimes, the most powerful medicine is already waiting in your fruit bowl. And coming up next, food number 2 is a dark green powerhouse that doesn't just beat milk and calcium. It's loaded with additional minerals that act like armor for your bones as you age. If there's a true unsung hero when it comes to bone health, it's collard greens, a nutrient-dense vegetable that beats milk by a long shot when it comes to calcium delivery. Just 1 cup of cooked collard greens provides an incredible 266 milligrams of calcium. That's more than a full glass of milk. And it comes naturally packed with no added hormones, antibiotics, or inflammatory compounds. But the power of collard greens goes even deeper. They are rich in vitamin K1, which is absolutely essential for regulating calcium in the body and activating proteins that help bind calcium directly into the bone matrix. In fact, a large study published in the Archives of Internal Medicine found that seniors with higher intakes of vitamin K had 65% fewer hip fractures compared to those with low vitamin K intake. Collard greens also deliver a solid dose of magnesium, potassium, and fiber, helping improve calcium absorption, maintain stable blood pressure, reduce inflammation that erodes bone mass over time. Plus, collard greens are naturally low in oxalates, meaning the calcium they provide is highly bioavailable and easily absorbed by the body, unlike in some other leafy greens that trap calcium in hard-to-digest compounds. Preparing collard greens is easier than you might think. Lightly steam them to keep nutrients intact. Sauté them with olive oil, garlic, and a splash of lemon for a flavorful side dish. Add them into hearty soups, stews, or grain bowls for an instant calcium boost. Collard greens prove that building stronger bones doesn't require fancy powders or expensive supplements. Sometimes it's about returning to simple, nutrient-rich foods that humans have relied on for centuries. And now, we're down to food number 1, the absolute highest impact calcium-rich food for seniors. A surprising choice that doesn't just protect bones but also helps maintain heart health, joint flexibility, and energy levels well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. It might surprise you, but when it comes to calcium powerhouses, canned salmon with bones takes the crown. And it's not even close. Just 3 ounces of canned salmon with bones delivers a jaw-dropping 180-210 milligrams of calcium depending on the brand. But it's not just about the calcium content, it's about the complete bone-supporting package this food delivers. Here's why canned salmon with bones is a true bone builder for seniors. First, the edible bones in canned salmon are soft, digestible, and packed with bioavailable calcium, meaning your body can easily absorb it without any barriers. Second, canned salmon is loaded with long-chain omega-3 fatty acids like EPA and DHA, which reduce inflammation, protect joints, and preserve bone mineral density. A groundbreaking study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who consumed more omega-3s had higher bone density scores and reduced hip fracture risks, even when their calcium intake wasn't extremely high. When choosing your canned salmon, always check the label to make sure it contains bones. That's where the calcium magic lies. And don't worry about the texture. The canning process softens the bones so much that they crumble easily and blend right into the salmon meat. Canned salmon with bones isn't just a nutrient-dense superfood. It's nature's perfect bone protection formula, packed into a convenient, affordable can. If you're serious about keeping your bones strong, your joints flexible, and your body energized for decades to come, this one simple addition to your weekly meals could be life-changing.